Look, if you want a BMW, you buy a BMW. If you want a Toyota, you buy a Toyota. There's no crossing of the two things.
The tribalism is stopping you from having a cool car. At the
No,
end
it's
of the day,
not. The car was never cool to begin with.
that's not a bad car, is it?
Let me explain this. Let me explain this to
Yeah.
you in words that you could understand. Imagine if GM they made the next generation Silverado. It was
Yeah.
just a rebadged Honda Ridgeline. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, that can't happen.
would you ever accept that as a Silverado?
Never. No, no.
Exactly. They should have made the Supra the LC 500 from day frickin' one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wrenches in my top drawer. Hey, what's up, guys? This is MJ100K, and today we got to talk about Toyota saying that they will continue to team up to make sports cars in the future. All right, so this is an article from thedrive.com. I'll put the link in the description. I'll go ahead and sum it up for you. Sorry, Supra haters. Toyota will keep teaming up to make sports cars. If the MR2 or Celica does make a comeback, don't be surprised if it follows the Supra or GR86 formula. All right. So they're saying in the article, they think that the partnership between BMW and Supra will be coming to a close in no more than a couple years. I think BMW has decided to stop making that car, which means that Toyota can't make the Supra anymore because it is basically a BMW. The vehicle, it costs so much money for research and development that it makes sense for them to partner with somebody. The president of Gazo Racing, President Tomoya Takahashi, says that the only way for Toyota to keep making purpose-built fun cars in the future is to collaborate with other car makers, and that is according to Cars Guide. Dane, what do you think about this?
I'm not mad at them. And this is stuff we've seen not just Toyota, but business or Japanese businesses do in the past. So Suzuki and Kawasaki have had a partnership making motorcycles and four-wheelers back in like the 90s and 2000s. And this is a good way for them to kind of team up. There's a little bit of technology sharing. Everybody gets on the same page, and they work on hitting a goal together. And so what this does makes a better product for consumers. And we've been seeing a decline in sports car numbers, two-door rear-wheel drive cars. This is keeping them alive. So anything that keeps sports cars alive is good. So I'm all on board with all this.
All right, so Dana's cool with it. Let me read this part of the article. So the author states, the collaboration with BMW always struck me as a natural branching out of the Supra family tree. Who better to help build a sports car powered by an inline six than BMW? You agree with that, Dane?
BMW makes a really good inline six engine. And the Supra they're talking about, right, it was kind of on the same platform as the M4. There's a lot of M4 parts in that car. If you start looking past the Toyota badges, there's BMW badges everywhere on that thing that are like stamped into like the sheet metal and other parts and pieces that came from BMW.
Yeah.
They're not always on the front side where you're going to see it easy. A lot of times on the back side, but they're there.
All right. So let me tell you my opinion, right? This was a huge mistake for Toyota.
Oh.
And nobody gets this except for if you're really a Toyota, you're a Toyota guy. Toyota guys would never accept a BMW as the engine for any Toyota, and especially the Supra. I'm telling you, they considered this a huge slap in the face. They hated this car from the beginning, and they are never going to accept it. Let me explain it to you like this. It's different when Toyota makes a vehicle with another Japanese automaker. Like if they get Yamaha to make the engine or Suzuki to make these parts or Mazda, but BMW is the complete opposite of Toyota to Toyota fans. They will never accept it. That is like, think of it like high school, right? Toyota is the nerdy kid, gets all A's and B's. He's walking around, he's got his glasses on, and he's focusing on SATs at college, and he's not worried about the prom. BMW is the rich, preppy kid who drives to school in a $80,000 car that his parents bought him, and that he gets all the girls, and everybody is jealous of him. I mean, that's just who he is, though. I mean,
Mhm.
his parents bought him a car. What he's going to do? Say no? But these are total polar opposites.
Yeah.
They never will accept a Supra. And I'm telling you, what do you think now, Dane?
I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. I don't have any bias here. I don't have the tribalism. I like BMWs. I own 3 of them. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why I'm cool with this. But regardless if Toyota people like the partnership with BMW or not, I get that that seems like 2 completely different worlds.
Way different.
Yeah, there is, but it was a good way for Toyota to not develop their own inline 6 engine and to use someone else's. That's a really good proven platform. The tribalism is stopping you from having a cool car. At the
No,
end of
it's
the day,
not. The car was never cool to begin with.
that's not a bad car, is it?
Let
It's
me
just
explain this. Let me explain this to
yeah,
you in words that you could understand. Imagine if GM they made the next generation Silverado. It was
yeah,
just a rebadged Honda Ridgeline. How would you feel about that?
yeah. That can't happen.
Would you ever accept that as a Silverado?
Never. No, no,
Exactly.
no. I'd probably start buying Toyota trucks then.
If you want a BMW, you buy a BMW. If you want a Toyota, you buy a Toyota. There's no crossing of the two things.
That's
Now,
kind of true. Yeah, 'cause so this car is mostly a reskinned M4. That's
yeah,
really what it is. Yeah.
exactly. Like that's why I don't think that GR or the AE86 they call it now, it
Yep.
doesn't get as much hate because it's Subaru. It's still a Japanese
Yeah,
company.
it
So
the car
that's like two nerds studying for homework together. Like it's okay because they're both nerds, but
so keep it all Japanese or keep it all German.
yeah, that's the
Stop
problem.
mixing and matching.
Exactly. But yeah, and I mean, look, even if BMW made a sports car and it was really a rebadged Toyota, the
Mhm.
BMW people wouldn't like that either.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get the argument. I'm just not that mad at it at this one for whatever reason. But I'll
Yeah, I
tell you
mean,
what.
because you're not gonna buy one, and neither am I. So
No, I'm not. Well, so yeah, so here's what I was gonna say though, is so this car is basically a reskinned M4. But you put this side by side with an M4 because you know the power plant's the same, the drive line's basically the same in these 2 cars. And you ask me which one I'm gonna buy, it's not the Supra. I'm gonna buy
exactly, you're
the
gonna get the
M4.
BMW
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the M4.
because exactly not a good idea because I saw on the Car Care Nuts channel
Yeah,
he had to put in a window regulator, I think it
yeah.
was, into a
Hmm.
Supra, and
Hmm.
it's a whole different procedures. And there's a special tool that you
Yeah.
need to hold the windshield in place
Yeah.
while you're hooking it up, and it's very very difficult to do as compared to doing that same repair on any Toyota.
Hmm.
When you go to dealerships, the mechanics there are used to working on that brand. So when you have these crossovers, there's a
Hmm.
whole bunch of procedures and special tools that they don't know. They didn't even have the special tool at the Toyota dealership for the
Hmm.
techs to use. It was so expensive. Try to stay away from crossover vehicles like that. From a service perspective, when that car comes in the shop at a Toyota dealership, I'm telling you, most of those techs do not want to touch it.
Keep that German stuff away from me, they say.
Exactly. But if you took it to a BMW dealer, the mechanics, they already know it. They've been through it. They've had the training. They got the tools. It's no big deal.
It's not that hard. Spread your wings a little bit, learn some new stuff. You'd be all right.
Yeah,
So
no.
I got another scenario for you. So earlier in this article, they mentioned the MR2 that might come back as a new partnership. What if Toyota uses Porsche engines because that's a mid-engine car? The MR2 was traditionally, anyways, a mid-engine car, rear-engine car. So what if they take a power plant out of one of those? Is that still too far, even though they're a proven race platform? Got
That
a
doesn't mean
prestige
no.
pedigree? Nope, not going to happen, huh?
They're not gonna like it. I mean, look, for me, I'm older now. I'm not buying any of these cars. Younger fans, I think, they don't want a Porsche engine. They want a Toyota engine. This is what I think they should have done with the Supra. They should have made the Supra the LC 500 from day frickin' one. Yes, it would have been more expensive, but the LC 500 is a beautiful, beautiful car. I think it's got a Yamaha engine in it. It's a V8, but I mean
Mhm.
that's close enough. They could have done that very easily. The only thing wrong with I think the LC 500 is the interior. is lame. Like I've never liked the interior on it.
Mhm.
If they could have done one of those dashboards, kind of like the Mercedes electric car that came out, where it's just like a huge screen that like wraps around, that
Oh.
would have been a lot cooler. Like they could have put that in the Lexus version of it,
Mhm.
and then the Toyota version just have like a purpose built race type of interior.
Mhm.
For the engine, the only thing they probably needed to do was they could have just really stiffened up some of the materials and
Mhm.
made the super strong crankshaft and rods and all that, because the Supra was always known as a vehicle that could handle modifications. So
Yeah.
just put that in there. They had the vehicle, they squandered the opportunity. The Supra should be competing with the GTR. Now the Supra is competing with the Nissan Z. Something is wrong. That's why this vehicle's going away. Nobody cares, and that's
Yeah.
the end of it.
So do you think the Toyota purist would have been okay if it was a V8 Toyota or Japanese engine versus a traditional inline six that the Supra was known for?
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
They will live with it.
They'd
It
get
don't
over that a
have to
lot
be
easier.
inline six, but it has to be Japanese. It should be Toyota engine, but as long as it's Japanese, I think people wouldn't have cared.
Yeah. Yeah, but who makes a good inline six engine right now in Japan? Does anybody
I
make an
mean,
inline six anymore?
it doesn't have to be inline six.
Well,
The
if
new GTR is not an inline six.
it's not, but let's
That's
say
been a
you're going to
V6
stick
twin
with
turbo.
right. But for the purists that want that same inline six, what would you have used?
I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, just don't do it. Just no Supra,
Just
leave it in the
forget it.
grid.
Just a V8. Look,
Yeah.
if it's a V, people aren't that super upset between the difference of an inline six and a V8, but they are super upset between the difference between Toyota and BMW.
Well, hate to break it to you guys, that BMW engine is really good.
I know. Well, buy a BMW if you want a BMW engine.
I'm going to. I'll probably buy another one eventually.
Yeah, you can buy one. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't hate BMWs, but I think, and I can't quantify this, but I think that negative comments and feelings prevent some people from buying a car that they're kind of on the fence about.
Oh,
I, do you
definitely.
think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you think something's cool and you go and tell one of your friends, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying this Supra," and then your friends start saying, "Why in the hell would you buy some some bastard child between
So
BMW and whatever else?"
BMW.
Then like, "Hey, maybe I don't want to buy that." Or if you think something's cool looking and everybody else, you tell your friends are like, "That thing is so ugly. I would be caught dead in one of those. I shouldn't get one of those."
Yeah, I mean, people, they
That's
rethink their
real.
ideas based on comments. I think a lot of the negative comments about the new Charger that's
Mhm.
coming out, I think they're going to have an effect on sales, because everybody rips that thing. Nobody wants it. None of the Dodge guys want that thing, and I think it's going to affect sales.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I think it looks all right. I think the power plant's fine. The EV thing isn't for me on that one, but the inline six, potentially a twin turbo thing coming, if what the rumors are true, I think that car would be super cool. All wheel
Yeah,
drive, what's not to like?
yeah. I
But
mean, some people like it, but
yeah,
it's not as bad as the Supra. Everybody hates the Supra.
yeah,
Like I said, I don't care that much, but
I
real
think
fans, they hate it.
I think they hate the BMW driver more than they hate the actual BMW engine and drive line.
No, they hate it all.
They hate it
They
all.
hate it all. Tell
Haters
us,
gonna hate.
yeah. Well, haters are the one that's spending the money. So if Toyota wants to just not care what the fans think, then they could do that. They might as well just not make the car at all, because it's
Yep.
not going to sell that much anyway. And you have to stop making it once the real producer of the car decides to stop making it. Now you're out of luck. It's a
Yep.
waste of time making it if you're not going to make it the way people want it anyway.
That's true.
So anyway, that's what we got for you today. Let us know in the comments. Did you hate the BMW Supra from the beginning? Are you sad that it's going away? And would you buy a Porsche engine MR2 or something like
MR2.
that? Dana buy it. He likes Porsche.
If I had disposable income, I don't, but if I did, I'd be into it.
All right. Well, there we go. Let us know in the comments what you think. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good one.
Yep. See you guys.